What's up, family? Let's get straight to it. Angel Reese, yeah, she's been dominating the last few games. You have to be blind not to see it. And the girl is putting up numbers, playing big time basketball. But at the same darn time, she's turning into one of the most unlikable athletes in all women's sports. And I can't believe I'm even saying that. And listen, we'll talk about our stat line, the WNBA refs, her fans, and yes, that clipboard smacking moment that has everybody heated. But let's be honest, this ain't about just a clipboard. This is about ego and maturity and what it really means to be a professional. So first off, Angel Reese, right? She's been hooping lately. We got to give her that, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. The girl's been on the darn tear, man, or a damn tear, I should say. Let's look at this last game, right? When we scroll down, she had about 22 points, 15 rebounds, 13 of those were defensive. She's shooting over 40% from the field lately, and that's not just solid, that's elite post work with the WNBA, and she's doing what she's supposed to do from what she should be doing or should have been doing from day one. And if I'm being fair and being an equal accountability smoke giver, and I always said I'll give her credit when it's due, and it's due. And here's the thing: you don't get to be dominant on the court and a disaster off of it. And this ain't how it works. Now, let's talk about the refs, right? Because you see in the article it says Sky star Angel Reese rips WNBA officials after the loss to the Lynx, and she's tired of this as sugar honey iced tea. Right? That's her face right there. So she went off, and this is her going off. I gotta, mute the audio due to copyright purposes. But her coach was trying to give her the clipboard. She smacked it down, and that was her versus the Washington Mystics. So she went off and she said, "I'm tired of this bleep. They suck." And honestly, she's not wrong. The WNBA refs are brutal, or I say brutal, 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 like high school rec league on a bad day, brutal type vibes. And everyone sees it. But here's the kicker: she got to the line 15 times in that game, 12 or 15 from the stripe. Nobody else on the court even hit 6 free throw attempts. So tell me, are the refs garbage? Sure. But were they garbage in favor that night? Also, yes. So you don't get to cook with extra seasoning from officials and then throw shade like you didn't benefit from it. And that's not being real. That's just being delusional. And maybe, just maybe, we need Caitlin Clark to come out and say these refs are effing suck, right? To see if she gets the same treatment, except we all know how that go. They'll fine her, suspend her, and crucify her in the media and the whole deal, because the WNBA double standard has always been alive, and it's been alive since Caitlin Clark got into this league and other individuals got in this league, and it's been more visible because there's more eyeballs that's watching the league. So Angel gets protected. Caitlyn gets targeted. We all know how that goes. But this whole clipboard moment, the part that everybody's blood pressure basically rise or basically risen, because she slapped the clipboard like I showed you guys, and then slapping the clipboard out of her coach hand on the bench during the game. And that's not frustration. That's not passion. That's called Bush League behavior. So you try that in the NBA, you get suspended. College, you'll be benched for a week minimum. Anywhere else, that's 2 to 5 games easy. And I mean, seriously, can you imagine if a star player, and I use her as example a lot because she has been obviously crucified for just being a phenomenal player. Caitlin Clark did that, the league would be holding emergency meetings and social media would melt in its entirety. So ESPN also will run a 72-hour special called How Caitlin Disrespected the Game, headline wise, to give views and clicks, because we all know that ESPN is not credible in just being objective and actually reporting sports for what it is, but they keep chasing headlines. But because it's Angel Reese, it's crickets, it's silence from Chicago Sky, silence from the WNBA, because they're scared to death of her fan base. That's what it looked like to me. It's clear as day. And don't get it twisted, this ain't the first time. She had a similar blow up last year after a good game, and then this is just a repeating behavior of hers. That's a pattern, and the problem is just immaturity. Not talent, not effort, maturity. That's it. She's got that classic "you can't criticize me or I'll block you" energy, and she's been on a blocking spree across social media, like she's fighting off spam bots for like how long. So she wants to be the villain, but obviously she can't own up to the hype of it. So now her not being able to own up to the hype of it, she's also not being able to embrace the accountability part where she said at her own mouth she'd be the villain. So she want to be a star, she want to lead a franchise, she needs to act like it. Because right now, it's not that they're hating on me, quote unquote, something she would say. It's she did this, right? And she brought this amongst herself. And the fans, they calling it passion, trying to excuse and exclude her, like in this exception why she smacked the clipboard out of the coach's hand. Um, no passion there. That's just ego and just being childish. So, and that's also gives off I'm too big to be coached type of attitude. So you're not even coachable, and this is still her job. So her being a cultural fit when it comes to professionalism and being a having good sportsmanship is poor. So you don't get to act like that and call that leadership. And don't even get me started with the Reebok deal because Reebok signed her. Cool, great. You know, I'm all for accolades. Ain't trying to stop nobody from getting their monies, but you're watching your brand ambassador get roasted online for being immature, dramatic, and disrespectful. So is that really marketable from a business perspective? Obviously not. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. The WNBA doesn't pay enough for fines to mean anything. So a $50 fine, what is that? Right? DoorDash receipt. So if the league wants to take discipline seriously, they gotta hit what matters. Games, playing time, visibility. Because right now it looks like the sky is too scared to even say something. Scared of losing, I don't know, headlines, a fan army, a TikTok crowd. But you know what they're not scared of? Standards, accountability, and respect. And that's the issue. We're watching the league trying to grow, trying to build legitimacy, and one of its stars out here acting like the rules don't apply to her. Right? So when it comes to standards, accountability, and respect, that will mine through all of the acting, drama girl attitude, egotistical attitude, pride, and the whole nine. Because eventually it'll seep through the mask that she tries to put on, like she's always does when she comes to playing victim. Because she'll blame the refs, she'll blame other people, fan base who support other players in the league. She'll try to tear them down. She'll come at even players within the league who all have the same job as her. It's just the whole ultimate goal is, besides being on opposite teams, is they compete and may the best win, right? So look, I wasn't gonna make this video talking about how dominant Angel Reese. Well, I was gonna make the video about how dominant Angel Reese has been because she seems like she's putting it together and putting the pieces together, and she's grabbing boards like it's her birthright. She's scoring, defending, leading on the floor, even initiating isolations. Now, did she get her cookies taken? Did she get a steal or get the ball stolen from her? Yeah, but off the floor, she's torturing her own image, and her fans don't care. They'll just say it's passion, and that's just immature. That's just immaturity with a platform. So yeah, maybe she'll get away with it for now, but eventually it catches up to everyone. So what do you think? Was the clipboard moment a suspicion worthy offense? Or are we watching Angel Reese rise or self-destruct? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe for more raw sports takes. And look, stay classy out there because right now, Angel Reese ain't it. So on that note, family, peace.